On a dark, stormy night, rain taps against a foggy window. A concerned neighbor, Mrs. Henderson, paces in her dimly lit kitchen, whispering into her phone. "Officer, it's the smell. It's getting worse. It's coming from Mrs. Langley's house. I think something's wrong. Stay inside, ma'am. We're sending officers now." She hangs up, peering nervously through her blinds at the eerie house next door. The silhouette of an old woman sways behind the curtains, stirring something in a massive pot. The police cruiser pulls up. Two officers, Detective Mills and Officer Carter, step out, exchanging a look. "This place gives me the creeps already. Let's check it out." They knock. After a tense beat, the door creaks open. Mrs. Langley, a frail but cheerful old woman, greets them, smiling warmly. "Oh, officers, what a surprise. Please come in. I was just making dinner." The smell hits them immediately, a sickly, rotting odor masked by the overpowering scent of herbs and spices. As they step inside, the house is unsettlingly neat. A rocking chair sways slightly, though no one is in it. A faint drip, drip, drip echoes from the kitchen. "Ma'am, we got a report about a strong odor. Do you mind if we take a look around?" "Oh dear, the smell. My late husband used to say the same thing about my cooking. But of course, go ahead." She gestures toward the kitchen, where a massive, steaming pot bubbles on the stove. Detective Mills steps forward, eyeing it warily. Detective Mills grips the lid and slowly lifts it. Steam rises, clouding their faces. Then, a grotesque, half-cooked human hand floats to the surface, its fingers curled as if reaching for help. A beat of stunned silence. Then, staggering back and hand on his gun, he cries out, "Oh, Christ!" He darts his eyes over to see Mrs. Langley watching them, smiling softly. "He always said he wanted to be with me forever. And now, he is." The officers pull open the fridge, severed limbs neatly wrapped in plastic, a row of mason jars filled with cloudy liquid and floating eyeballs lines the shelves. Detective Mills whispers, horrified, "She's been eating him, piece by piece." Mrs. Langley sighs, a distant look in her eyes as if nostalgic, slowly turning her head to look at Mills. In a monotone voice, she explains, "Love never dies, detective. You just have to know how to preserve it." Mrs. Langley is led out in handcuffs, still smiling. The camera lingers on the pot, where the hand slowly sinks beneath the broth. Rain patters against the window as Officer Carter exhales, shaken. Sometimes love and obsession blur into something terrifying. Holding on too tightly to the past can consume us. True love is about letting go and allowing life to flow forward before we become prisoners of our memories. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this content, don't forget to subscribe, share, and post your comments.